Morning, everyone. We are going to have discussion about electroencephalogram and its relation with various aspects of physiology of sleep. What basically the EEG or electroencephalogram is? It is nothing but the graphical record of spontaneous electrical activities which are generated in cerebral cortex, and these electrical activities are picked up from the brain surface through the electrodes which are placed on various locations on the skull. Electrical activities reflect electrical currents that flow in extracellular spaces in the brain, and these electrical currents are nothing but summated effects of innumerable facilitatory as well as inhibitory synaptic potential on cortical neurons. These spontaneous activities of the cortical neurons are influenced by afferent inputs which are being received from various structures in the nervous system like thalamus, brainstem reticular formation, which enter the cortical neurons to produce most of the characteristic rhythmic pattern of EEG waves. Three things to be noted down while studying electroencephalogram. First is electroencephalogram, which is nothing but the graphical record. Second is electroencephalography. It is procedure of recording of electroencephalogram. And then electroencephalogram is a sensitive device that records electroencephalogram. What are the basic uses? It is the best diagnostic tool available for assessing various abnormalities of the electrical activities of the brain, and therefore very much helpful in diagnosing seizures or epilepsies and for studying sleep as well as disorders which are related with this. Let us have a word about procedure of recording EEG. Hans Berger, a German psychiatrist in the year 1929, for the first time demonstrated electroencephalogram. As the EEG waves are of very low voltage, they require more amplification before the recording is being proceeded. EEG leads may be bipolar, that is comparing potential between two active leads, as we have studied about the leads while we studied electrocardiogram. Or the EEG leads may be unipolar, that is measuring potential changes at a single lead against a reference lead which is placed on ear or nose or on the cheek. EEG electrodes are soldered or silver chloride disc of about 0.5 centimeter diameter. Recording is done with the subject preferably in recumbent position with head and neck supported. Ensure that the electrodes which are applied on the posterior aspect of the skull are secure. Usually, 4 leads are attached to the skull by means of an adhesive material with, on standard skull location on each side of the skull. A multi-channel pen recorder is used to record activities from 8 leads simultaneously. EEG waves are analyzed manually or by using the EEG wave. These are described in terms of their frequency that ranges from 1 to 30 Hz and amplitude, which is ranging from 20 to 100 microvolts. Characteristic of EEG wave vary according to the state of consciousness. That is, depending on whether the person is alert, whether the person is wakeful, or the person is drowsy or in the sleep. When the individual is fully alert, that is, sensory inputs are maximum. High frequency and low amplitude waves with as many units asynchronized are obtained. And when the person is minimally alert, as in deep sleep, when his least sensory input is receiving low frequency and high amplitude waves, and which are synchronized waves, are the observation. Absence of EEG waves totally is the indication of brain death. EEG wave patterns, there are 4 types of waves recorded in the EEG: alpha wave, beta wave, theta wave, and delta, according to their frequency and the amplitude. Characteristic features of the EEG rhythm, as we said, 4 different types of wave. We can see in the diagram the frequency and their amplitude, that is the height. Let us have a talk about alpha rhythm first. The frequency of which is 8 to 13 hertz and amplitude is about 50 to 100 microvolts. It is seen in normal adult at rest, that is in a awake but relaxed with the eyes closed. Found in posterior half of the brain, especially in the parieto-occipital regions. What is alpha block? Alpha rhythm disappear upon opening of the eyes or subject engaging in mental efforts such as mental health. As you can see here, this is the alpha rhythm, and here the alpha rhythm is lost. That means here the person is in sleep. Here, when the person is opening the eyes, the alpha rhythm disappears, which is said to the alpha block. Regular alpha rhythm is replaced by irregular low voltage activity, as we can see here. This phenomenon is known as alpha block or desynchronization, also called as arousal or alerting response, because when the person is aroused or becomes alert, that means opens eyes, the regular alpha rhythm is getting converted into low frequency, high frequency, small waves. This is said to be alpha. Factors affecting alpha waves: decreased frequency seen in hypoglycemia, hypothermia, high blood pressure, and decreased levels of glucose. And therefore, the increased frequency is a characteristic feature whenever the blood sugar level is increased. There is hyperthermia or increase in body temperature, low blood pressure, and increased levels of glucose. Beta frequency 15 to 30 hertz, amplitude 5 to 10 microvolts. Seen in adults when the eyes are open and waves appear in posterior, sometimes in frontal region also, regardless of whether the eyes are closed or whether the eyes are theta rhythm. Frequency 4 to 7 hertz with large amplitude. Usually it is seen in normal children and during the moderate sleep. Sometimes appear in adults when they are severely disappointed or coming on to delta wave or delta rhythm. Frequency is 0.5 to 4 hertz, amplitude is 20 to about 200 microvolts. So said to be the highest amplitude wave in the EEG. Occurs normally during sleep. Its appearance in an alert state in adult, it suggests that there is a serious organic brain damage must have occurred. EEG rhythms in infant and children. Beta rhythm in the awakened infant, which speeds up during the childhood, and theta rhythm appears. That means in infant who is alert, there is a fast beta rhythm is seen, and when the infant is growing, the rhythm is speeding up, and during the childhood, it is getting replaced by the theta rhythm. It is replaced by faster alpha rhythm as the child matures further, that is during the adolescence phase of life. Theta rhythm is prominent in temporal or parietal region, while the alpha rhythm are prominent in the occipital. What is the neural basis of EEG? EEG is summated synaptic potential, which are generated in activated pyramidal cells due to their typical arrangement in the cerebral cortex. What kind of arrangement? Pyramidal cells are oriented parallel to one another, and their dendrites are oriented perpendicular to the surface of cortex. Synaptic activity at any point along a dendrite may be depolarizing or hyperpolarizing. This local potential change creates a difference between the active site, and this active site is referred as sink, and remainder of the dendritic shaft, which serves as a passive current source. The difference or the potential difference between the sink and the source is similar to electrical type. It is proposed that flow of current between them is responsible for the various generation of the EEG. After getting introduced with the various aspects of EEG, what basically the EEG is, what is electroencephalogram, what is electroencephalography, what is electroencephalograph, what are the various rhythm the EEG is showing. Now it's time to correlate the various waves rhythm of the EEG with the sleep and the various disorders which are associated with the sleep. How can we define? It is defined as temporary and reversible state of unconsciousness from which the subject can be aroused with appropriate sensory stimuli. It is a state of unconsciousness, but it is a temporary and it is reversible. What is the clinical significance of sleep? About 1/3 of our life is spent in sleep, and this time spent is not wasted at all. Why? As the sleep is essential, rather very much essential for the normal growth and development of the mind as well as the body. Sleep potentiates growth. How come? Growth hormone secretion in body is more during the sleep. As infants and children are spending much of their time, daytime or nighttime in sleep, this helps them to attain adequate growth because of the much and more secretion of growth hormone during the sleep period. And therefore, sleep deprivation invariably leads to growth. See, activation of reticular activating system. What it does, it keeps the individual awake. Influences from the brainstem and other regions of the brain cause periodic shutdown of this reticular activity. As activation of reticular activating system is keeping the individual awake, and therefore the periodic shutdown of reticular activating system will be responsible for induction of Aserinsky, Dement, and Kleitman in the year 1953. Through EEG and through other polygraphic analysis, described that normal sleep is consisting of recurring cycles of different stages. Each stage is characterized by specific EEG changes or specific EEG waves, and it is associated with autonomic as well as endocrine changes. Sleep is divided into two phases, depending on what? Depending on the eyeball movement that are taking place during the some stages of sleep and the eyeball movement which are at all not taking place in the other stages of sleep. And accordingly, whenever there will be rapid eye movements are taking place, the sleep will be called as REM or paradoxical sleep, that is rapid eye movement sleep. And the other phases of sleep are the non-rapid eye movement sleep, which is also said to be the slow wave sleep. Sleep cycle. What is sleep cycle? EEG pattern recorded during the sleep. It is in a cyclic fashion, which repeats in about every 90 to 110 minutes. Thus, there are about 4 cycles in normal 6 to 7 hours of sleep. That means a single sleep cycle is lasting for about 90 to 110 minutes, and therefore, in about 7 hours of sleep, we get such 4 to 5 cycles of sleep. When a person for the first time falls asleep every day, he or she enters into stage 1 of non-REM sleep, which has got 4 total stages. Whenever a person is falling asleep, he is entering into stage 1 of NREM sleep. Then he passes sequentially through the all 4 stages of increasingly deep sleep. All 4 stages of what? This NREM sleep. And the total phase of this NREM sleep, 4 stages, is about 60 to 65 minutes. After being thorough with all the 4 stages, the person is now entering into the REM phase, which is lasting for about 20 to 25 minutes. Completion of this phase completes one sleep cycle. After completion of one sleep cycle, person enters into stage 1 of NREM sleep of new sleep cycle or the next sleep cycle. Thus, sleep cycle repeats in every 90 to 110 minutes. As the sleep cycle continues, duration of non-REM sleep goes on decreasing, whereas the duration of REM sleep goes on increasing. Now, these differences in the proportion of time spent in various sleep stages in different age group. Moreover, each individual has his or her own characteristic pattern. Usually, there is a predominance of deep sleep, slow wave sleep during the early part of the night, and the first REM sleep may occur after an hour after the person is falling asleep and becomes prevalent during the latter part of the night. In general, the REM sleep occupies about 25% of the total sleep. Let us consider the two types of sleep, that is non-REM and REM sleep, one by one in detail. slow wave or non-REM sleep. As individual sleeps, he advances from stage 1 to stage 4 of slow wave sleep. There are these are these are four stages of progressively deepening the sleep. As we can see, this is the EEG pattern that is obtained when the person is awake or about to sleep, that is when he is drowsy. Then he is entering into stage 1 of non-REM sleep, and then he is advancing towards the deepening of the sleep into stage 2, stage 3, and stage. It is difficult to wake up the subject in slow wave sleep. During slow wave sleep, EEG pattern become progressively slower in frequency and higher in amplitude. As we can see, in stage 1, there is a higher frequency in, as compared to stage 2, as compared to stage 3, and as compared to stage. And the amplitude is also goes on increasing as the stages advancing from 1 to stage 1. Firstly, subject becomes drowsy. As we can see here, EEG changes from beta to alpha, and immediately light sleep begins, during which the alpha rhythm is replaced by high frequency and low amplitude EEG. As we can see, then the person is entering into stage 2, in which amplitude of EEG waves slightly increases. As we can see here, hallmarks of the second stage of sleep are sleep spindles and the K complex. What are the sleep spindles? These are the burst of alpha-like waves. These are the sleep spindles. Frequency of this sleep spindle is ranging from 12 to 14 hertz, whereas the amplitude is about 50 micro. Each sleep spindle is lasting for about 2 seconds, called sleep spindle because of their characteristic waxing and waning amplitude. Waxing and waning in the sense it comes and it goes. K complexes. As we can see here, K complexes are high amplitude sharp waves appearing irregularly in the EEG and more frequent in first sleep cycle. It was for the first time discovered in the year 1930s. What are the proposed functions? The proposed function of K complexes: it suppresses the cortical arousal in response to stimuli that sleeping brain evaluates not to signal danger, and it also aids in sleep-based memory consolidation. What is consolidation of memory? It is a time-dependent process by which recent learned experiences are transformed into long-term memory. Coming on to stage 3, this one. It is said to be the stage of moderately deep sleep, with low frequency and high amplitude EEG wave, as we can see here. Stage 4, a stage of deep sleep, with delta rhythm predominant over the whole skull, with lowest frequency and large amplitude wave. The frequency is lowest, whereas the amplitude is the highest. Stage 4 of slow wave sleep, it is very difficult to wake up the subject in this stage, as it is said to be the stage of deep sleep. In young adult, maximum time of sleep is spent in stage 4, as we can see here in diagram. This is the state of wakefulness, and this is a state of sleep. Firstly, NREM sleep. This is the 1, 2, 3, and 4 stages, and these are the hours that are spent in sleep. As we can see here, the person is spending maximum time in stage 4 of the non-REM sleep. What are the various autonomic and other changes which are taking place during this non-REM sleep? The first one, deep restful sleep. It is dream may occur but are not usually remembered, as they are not consolidated. That is, they are not getting converted into the long-term memory. There is decrease in the heart rate, vasomotor tone, blood pressure, as well as in cardiac. Respiration, it is deep, regular, decrease in the respiratory rate, decrease in PO2. PCO2 increases because of decreased sensitivity of respiratory neurons to carbon dioxide. Along with it, periodic breathing like giant strokes may be observed. There will be decrease in the basal metabolic rate about 10 to 15%, as well as decrease in the body temperature will be the result. Muscle undergo relaxation. There will be decrease in the muscle tone. Reflexes are sluggish because the muscle tone is decreased. Babinski's sign is usually positive. Threshold for sensory stimuli is pretty much high because it is said to be the stage of deep sleep, and the person is less sensitive to various stimuli. Next is Salivary and lacrimal secretion decreases, and that gives the feeling of dryness in the throat. And this is the reason why person wakes up during the night hours and uh, drinks sips of water. There will be increase in the GI activity, which indicates increased parasympathetic capillary constriction because of increased parasympathetic activity. There will be decrease in the glomerular filtration rate and the urine formation. Some of the disorders are associated with this particular phase of sleep called somnambulism, which is sleepwalking, nocturnal enuresis, which is bed waiting. There will be no rapid eye movements, and hence the name non-rapid eye movement. Sleep is deep in stage 3 and 4 as compared to stage 1. What are the various control mechanism of this particular non-REM sleep? It is basically of types. There is a neural control and there is a chemical. Let us have a look. Neural control mechanism, which has got 3 subtypes: afferent control, central control, and circadian. Afferent control. Repeated and monotonous stimulation of the mechanoceptors or afferent from these mechanoceptors, the frequency of which is less than or equal to 10 Hz. What it caused? It caused the low frequency stimulation of brainstem as well as the other areas of the brain. And because it is stimulating these areas with the low frequency, it causes stimulation of the sleep producing areas in the brain. And as sleep producing areas are stimulated, it will be resulting in induction of sleep. Next is central control. There are 3 brain areas which are also called as sleep zone. For example, diencephalic zone, medullary zone, and basal forebrain zone. On appropriate stimulation, these areas are responsible for the induction of non-REM sleep. Let us see. Diencephalic zone. Low frequency stimulation of this particular area or zone, which includes posterior hypothalamus, intralaminar, and anterior thalamic. That means hypothalamus and thalamus. This particular area somewhere, the low frequency stimulation of this particular area is responsible for producing an EEG pattern that usually resembles of generation of the slow waves. Next is medullary zone. Low frequency stimulation of this medullary zone, which include reticular formation at the level of nucleus tractus solitarius in the medulla. This is the medulla and this is the medullary reticular formation. It also responsible for producing the NREM type of sleep. Basal forebrain zone, high or low frequency stimulation of this particular area, which includes preoptic area of the hypothalamus and diagonal band of the Broca, also produces NREM type of sleep. The last mechanism among the neural is the circadian control. Experimental destruction of suprachiasmatic nucleus in animals. It causes disruption of many behavioral as well as circadian rhythms, including the sleep-wake cycle. Suprachiasmatic nucleus is also regarded as the biological clock. It is influenced by dark and light cycle through retinohypothalamic power. Thus, the day and night variation control sleep by influencing invariant rhythmic discharge from the suprachiasmatic. Second mechanism of control is the chemical control. Centers for mechanism governing NREM and REM sleep lie in the pontine area, which is influenced by the various neurotransmitters or chemicals like serotonin, norepinephrine, acetylcholine, adenosine, and prostaglandin. Let's see. Serotonin agonist. It suppresses, and antagonist usually induces slow waves. Serotonergic projection from raphe nucleus to the thalamus and to the cortex, playing very important role in control of this. L-DOPA, that is catecholamine precursor. The administration of this L-DOPA causes increase in wakefulness. Norepinephrine is released by the cells in locus coeruleus, from which fibers are projecting to spinal cord as well as to the cortex. These ascending fibers has facilitatory on stimulation prevent the sleep, and descending fibers inhibit the motor neuron that produce hypotonia during the slow wave sleep. Stimulation of adrenergic fibers of reticular formation leads to EEG arousal and spinal facilitation, whereas inhibition of the catecholamine synthesis decreases cause decrease in EEG arousal, that is a move towards the EEG signal line. Decrease in brain monoamine, it is responsible for increase in REM sleep, that is not slow wave sleep, and vice versa. That means increase in monoamine will cause the NREM sleep, whereas decrease in monoamine is responsible for generation of REM sleep. Next chemical that influences sleep is the acetylcholine secreted by the cholinergic neurons, which are located or projecting rostrally from dorsal pontine tegmentum, are parts of reticular activating system, play a role in control of sleep. Cholinergic mechanism selectively promote the REM variety of sleep. Adenosine, it induces sleep, and its antagonist caffeine produces alertness. Prostaglandin, increased concentration of prostaglandin D2 in medial preoptic area induces sleep, whereas increased concentration of prostaglandin D2 decreases slow wave sleep and produces wakefulness. This is all about the EEG and the first variety of sleep, that is the non-rapid eye movement type of sleep. Next time we'll be talking about the next variety of sleep, and that is REM type of sleep, and then the various aspects of sleep disorders and the EEG changes that will be associated with the particular disorder will be taken care of in the very next class. Thank you.